And let's go. All right. Welcome. Here today, I present to you Treasures. Treasures is a Nostr based geocaching platform. For those at home that may be asking what geocaching is, it is an activity in which one goes out into the wilderness, urban exploration, anywhere in the world to go hide an object for others to find. Sometimes deemed a treasure, as the namesake here. So, what makes Treasures different from other geocaching platforms? Aside from being decentralized, all information is available up front, is free of charge. There will never be a subscription tied to this site here or the data associated with it. So as long as Nostr relays exist, you should have treasures with you forevermore. Now we are going in and looking at a map view here just to show there, at least at the time of recording, I think a shy of 100 treasures around the world. If you see any near you, I'd say now's a good time to explore. But yeah, we have a lovely map view with multiple themes and modes. If you're curious about a particular treasure on the map, I'll go back to the original theme here. You can go and view details by clicking on it in either list or the map view. You can see a bit more information. You can go pull it up here and have a bit more diagnostics to figure out, hey, where is this and can I find it? How do I find it? This one is hidden by one of our developers at Soapbox, Sam. So if you live anywhere in this area, I say do him a favor and go find his treasure. So I said earlier that Treasures is powered by the Nostr protocol. That is a decentralized store of information in which users are the authors or signers of their own events, in which their events are stored in databases or systems called relays. For you, though, this just means that you have a key pair identity that you can use to manage everything that you do on Nostr. For treasures, it's as simple as clicking a few buttons to forge your magical treasure key. This is a temporary one, but you can copy it to clipboard, you can download as a file to use for later. And once your key is secured, you set up a bit about yourself here. I am a new treasure hunter, and I'm going to create my profile and begin my quest in full. Let's see. So yeah, once you're logged in, you have easy access to relay configuration themes, all sorts of app settings, and minutia. Treasures does also, on top of the map themes, I'll just showcase really quick. You have access to a site-wide dark theme and a site-wide adventure theme for those who may have more olden preferences here. Let's see. So you can find treasures, but you can also hide them. I'll show you that real quick. When you hide a treasure, you get a QR code. This QR code is a cryptographic proof that when you're finding one in the wild and you scan this, that you can say, hey, I was actually there, or I have the QR code in my hand right now. But either way, you have the most likely travel to the location to acquire it. When you are hiding a treasure, the QR code is also used as an entry point, in which scanning this will, if associated with your identity that's baked into this QR code, will prompt you to say, hey, do you want to create this here? This lets you go and pre-create or build out a bunch of treasures and go hide them anywhere in the wild and set them up on the fly. If you are more of a traditional geocacher, you don't really care as much about this, you can say, I don't care as much. I'm going to create this right now, which I'll do in this case. We'll put down a location, we'll say randomly up here. It uses OpenStreetMap's data to verify where this is in the map, various attributes if it's safe to hide, and it'll warn you here if there are any considerations about the place you've chosen to hide your treasure. Once you've confirmed that the location is good, you have some placeholders here for names. Let's say hidden treasure at demo, since this is a demonstration. Go find it. Or not, since this is technically a non-existent treasure. You can give a hint. Here is a hint. And then going to next, you can pick through traditional multi-cache or mystery for some common or legacy geocache cache types. You can choose the mental level of how hard it is to solve. Is it a matter of just opening a box? Do you have to solve some cryptographic puzzles to get this thing open? Is a sliding scale depending. And similar, we have a rating for difficulty of the terrain. Can you walk out from a parking lot and find it immediately, or are you going to put on some hiking gear to acquire this one? And finally, the container size, which is a micro pill bottle size, I'd say small, about the size of a maybe a little bit smaller than a lunchbox. Regular is like lunchbox, a shoebox, or Tupperware. Large ammo cans, and then other something completely unknown or unique. I'll say large in this case. And then finally, you can add some images here. I will go forth and select my avatar, a total representation of a treasure. And you can choose some other options. If your images have spoilers, if you need to hide this from public listings, which I'll do for just this demonstration here, then it is created. And your cache is now populated to multiple relays. Once out in the wild, if someone finds the QR code, they can scan this for a verified find. For this example here, I'll just show you a normal found log, because even if you don't have the QR code, if you found the treasure, just like normal geocaching, you can write your log on the physical note that is in the container of the treasure, or you can say, "Hi, I found it," and post it here with an option to share it to your Nostr Kind 1 feed, the equivalent of a tweet feed for those who may not be familiar with this. I can say, "Awesome, my thing was found." You can say you didn't find it. You can leave a note. If you are the owner of the treasure or geocache listing, you can put maintenance or archive notes, and you can edit any details here on the fly. And finally, if you have a cache that is no longer applicable or you just want to remove it, well, since this is Nostr and you own all of your data, you can say delete this and send a request to all the relays to purge that information forevermore. But yeah, there's many treasures out there right now. I'd say go find one if it's in your area. If you see a clear space on the map here, then that might be your call to adventure.